Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be an energy check-in love reading for my dearest Sagittarius. Sagittarius, take what resonates and leave the rest. And also you'll see that I have a little bit of a different setup right now. I've come to visit my best friend to celebrate my birthday this week. It was back on Tuesday. So you'll see that I'm in a different setup, but you might hear different noises, construction, dogs, children, things like that you may not normally hear in my readings. But I should be back to normal this weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what clear messages, advice, and guidance come through for my Sagittarius, please. Okay, so your energy, Magician, Virgo, Gemini. Your person, the Four of Wands. Okay, beautiful. They're viewing you as the Star card. Oh, Sagittarius. All right, what you're not seeing. Ace of Swords. All right, you're about to get communication. This person is thinking clearly. They're seeing you as everything, Sag. And the final outcome, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So this could be some sort of reconciliation. But for a lot of my Sagittarius, this might just be the beginning of a new cycle, especially after something that's been heavy or painful. So we see the Fool in reverse, Aries energy. You may or may not have Aries in your chart. We also have strong Virgo, Gemini here. We have strong Aquarius. But some of my Sagittarius, I'm getting that you don't want to rush into things. You've definitely been on a healing journey, or you've experienced some sort of painful loss. And whatever that might be, my heart goes out to you. The Magician card, Virgo, Gemini energy, tells me you've been actively healing. You've been actively transmuting energy, taking tough lessons and really turning them into wisdom. And with the Fool in reverse, I kind of feel like you have someone here who may have turned you upside down. They might be making you feel foolish and giddy in the best possible way. Okay, like you feel like a kid again, or you feel like a teenager again here. The Fool in reverse also tells me, though, that there's a part of you that wants to rush right into this and just, go all in. But then there's another part of you that's like, wait, maybe I shouldn't take a risk right now. I should look at all the details. I should hold back. Let me get to know this person. So I can really feel you kind of going through it, wanting to act in ways that you're not going to regret tomorrow. So there's a real maturity about your energy here, Sag. All right, so we have the Magician. All right, and we have the Eight of Wands. But, both of these cards are cards of manifestation. So the Eight of Wands tells me you have a lot of focused intention here on this person. And maybe you have been actively working on yourself and raising your vibration and calling in love, calling in the right relationship, or this relationship in particular, because some of you, this is a reconciliation, but not for all of you. I also think, Sag, there's some magic around you. I feel like things are coming easier to you, and if not, they will be shortly. And with the Eight of Wands, I feel like you're definitely someone who's handling a lot. I mean, the Magician can handle a lot, but the Eight of Wands tells me you're spinning a lot of different plates. And you're making it look easy. You're handling a lot, but you're doing it with grace and ease. You're viewing this person as the Six of Cups, so soulmate energy. So now, obviously, this could be some sort of return, past life soulmate, or somebody you've dealt with in the past. But you can see just how these two feel so much at home together. So there's a real sweet and innocent energy here. And I don't doubt that there's passion and attraction as well. But there's something safe with this person is what I'm getting. They may calm your nervous system. You may do the same for them, even if you're feeling butterflies right now. The connection, wow, you're viewing it at the soul level as temperance energy. This is your major arcana. This is destiny, but this is something that you really, truly feel at the soul level, Sag, is in alignment with you. And I love this night and day, that you two really complement each other beautifully. You really balance each other out. And I think you also feel that this is a healing connection. And look at this, your person, they're showing up as the Hierophant card, Taurus energy. and they feel this spiritual connection. Now, they could be a Taurus, or they could have strong Taurus placements, or they just embody that energy of generosity, hard work, stability. It's Venusian energy, so it's also comfort, so comfortable lifestyle here between the two of you. The same likes and dislikes, so a lot of strong compatibility, even if you two are very different from one another. Really beautiful major arcana is coming through. So very powerful, destined connection. So again, we have Aries, we have Sag, we have Virgo, we have Gemini, we have Aquarius, we have Taurus showing up here. But this is much more of an energy read than a signs read. So just remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, so we see hidden treasure. So the treasure you're looking for is hidden in the ground you're standing on. It's time to dig deeper, okay? So I feel like, this is the work you've been doing, especially being in that magician energy, where you've been digging deeper, you've been doing shadow work, you've been doing healing. You're recognizing your own worth and value. And Spirit's saying, as a result of that, you have a bright future ahead. So there are no limits to what you can have. Believe in your dreams and success will follow. All right. Oop. Just one moment. All right, and what fell on the floor here is do not force solutions. So not everything can be fixed. Such times you have to let it die and let there be a new beginning. So this is especially going to ring true for my Sagittarius, where there is some sort of reconciliation here. But I'm also seeing too that for some of my Sagittarius, you've gotten into this place where you're just not going to be chasing things that don't feel in alignment with you. And I feel like this is getting you into that flow state that's really calling in what you want, what you need, what matches your energy. All right. And at the bottom of the deck here, we see believe in miracles. So you have to take risks. Miracles will only happen if you allow the unexpected to happen. All right. So it does look like you have blessings and you have miracles headed your way. And the Four of Wands tells me some of you may be seeing 1111 a lot. But the Four of Wands is a strong soulmate twin flame card. This is somebody who's offering stability, protection. Again, I'm getting a real energy here, Sag, of safety between the two of you. Emotional safety, physical safety, financial safety. All right. And we see the Three of Cups. Some of you may be dating this person, okay, and wondering where this is going. For others of you, this is somebody who's around you. They're in your energy. So they could be a friend or they could be a coworker. The Three of Cups tells me that this person really lights up a room when they walk in. I do feel like they're a party person. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like drinking and drugging and things like that. But the Three of Cups tells me this is somebody who knows how to have a good time. They've got an upbeat personality. They're the star of the show. But what's interesting is they see you that way as the star card. All right. We see the Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces energy. So this is somebody who has taken some time to hold back and look at all the details. And just a quick reminder, the Three of Cups can be reconciliation for some of you. But the Hanged Man in reverse tells me this person has been holding back and looking at all the details, and they're ready to move forward. You know, they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. They're ready to take action. And some of you, they may be seeing you differently, right? So it could be a friend who wants to be more, or a coworker. But the Hanged Man in reverse tells me that they're ready to move forward. And the Two of Swords in reverse, they're ready to communicate. They've made up their mind. They have clarity. They want this new beginning with you. Wow. And they're making a major decision. They're making the decision, I think, to pursue you here, because they're viewing you as the star card. This person sees you as somebody who's different from all the rest. This person sees you as somebody who thinks outside of the box. This is someone, they see you as someone who's not afraid to march to the beat of your own drum. You know, a little bit of a rebellious streak. But they also see you as a part of their future, and they see you as everything they've ever wanted. They see you as their wish fulfillment, Sag. with the High Priestess in reverse, Cancer, Pisces energy. Some of you, this person has been waiting for you to come out of, healing. So if you've experienced some sort of loss, whether it's another relationship, or maybe it's something that's happened between you and them. But for others, you may have experienced some sort of personal loss. And like I said, my heart goes out to you. But the High Priestess in reverse is like, this person is emotionally intelligent enough to see that they've been waiting for you to be in like the right headspace, waiting for the right time. And for a lot of you, this is just an indication they just can't wait to see you. They want more access to you, Sag. They want to know more about you. They want to know all your secrets, or they want to hear all about your life story. And with the Justice card, yeah, some of you, they want to bring this connection into balance. They might know they need to make it up to you for some of you. But with the Justice card, again, they feel like you complement them in the most harmonious ways. They feel like you bring them balance. Okay. And we see the Ten of Wands, yeah. But this person, this is Sagittarius energy. They know you've been going through something here, something heavy. But what I love about this particular deck is the Ten of Wands. He's put down those wands. And he has this wand in his hand. He has this, he's still passionate here, but he's learned to delegate. They're seeing you as, releasing responsibilities, delegating, thinking more about yourself, right? In a good way, like putting yourself first, getting ready for something new. And they really do want that something new to be with them. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we see the Seven of Wands in reverse. So this person definitely wants victory, Sag. This person definitely is letting down their guard. They're coming at you with, very little ego. And they're going to be really letting you in. Authentic, vulnerable. So I would expect real, authentic communication here. All right, so let's see. So this person is showing up as the Samaritan archetype, which I really love. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So you've got somebody here who's a really good person, somebody who does things out of the kindness of their heart. And they're also showing up as the hero and the heroine here. Beautiful. So a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. This is somebody who, I know it's so cheesy, but, I don't remember who the singer was. But, I want to be your hero. That's what I just heard. I think this person wants to be your hero, Sag. All right, that's super cheesy. And I'm really, anyway. But we see, what I love about this particular card is we have two people coming from different places, but they want to go to they want the same things. So you're on the same path, even if you're coming from different backgrounds. All right, beautiful. So let's see how they're viewing you, what they like about you, what they notice about you. All right, so student energy. So we see that humility and devotion to knowledge and openness to lifelong learning. There's definitely a really strong intellectual connection here between you and this person. All right, but they love that you're always learning, you're open to new things, and that's so Sagittarius, right? You guys are travelers, you guys are philosophers, you see the big picture, you love new experiences, learning about people and places and things. All right, and we see Queen coming through. So radiates the regal feminine and uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So whether you're male or female, or you identify as the divine masculine or the divine feminine, we all have masculine and feminine properties. And they see you as just being kind, but strong, nurturing, but also a cut above the rest, right? I'm not going to lie. Like, they definitely have you on a little bit of a pedestal here with the Star card and this Queen energy coming through. And what we're not seeing here, Sag, is the Ace of Swords. So this person knows what they want. They want this new beginning. They're done thinking about it. It's like they have all the information they need. All right. And they're coming in with communication. They want to see you again. So whether this is asking you for another date, whether it's can't wait to see you once the weekend is over, or is this somebody coming back around? This person wants to see you again. And they're coming in hot. They're coming in fast with this Chariot card. All right. And we see the Five of Cups. And I think this is going to be something here, Sag, that really does surprise you. And I also think it's going to be a healing connection, or they want to heal things with you. And that is completely echoed here in the Ten of Swords in reverse. All right, a new beginning, healing. Four of Wands, coming together in a relationship, something stable and secure. 1111 coming through here again. Judgment card, use your best judgment here, Sag. And the Magician card. So you came through as the Magician in the upright in the beginning of this reading. I think, I get with this full energy in reverse, I think this is going to spin you out in probably the best possible way, where you're, you know, we see believe in miracles, where some of you, you're just not going to be so sure, like, is this really happening? You know, I'm getting pinch me vibes here. And we see the Page of Wands. They could be a younger fire sign or just have some fire in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sag. But I'm also just getting, this is somebody who's ready to take a risk. They're ready. They're going to go for it. You know, because you are all they want. Okay. So let's see what else we need to know about this person. So always fighting, okay? I'm not sure, I'm not really getting like a lot of fighting, bickering, and arguing, but maybe that was the case if this is some sort of reconciliation reading for you. But this always fighting energy also tells me that this person may have been going through a bit of an inner struggle, but they're very clear right now about what they want and what they're going to do. Some of you, they're reaching out online, or this could be an online connection. And they're getting advice. Okay, so maybe consulting readings, maybe just asking friends and family how they should go about this. All right, and there might be a lot of people on their end weighing in here on what they should do. Okay, so we see unfaithful, we see loves to go out. All right, and we see life of the party. Okay, so this is something that we have to be aware of. Now, I'm not getting that anywhere else in the reading. Like, I'm not getting player vibes. But we do see somebody that, you know, and I did say earlier, this might be someone who's quite a party person. They love to go out. They're the life of the party. And especially if, you know, partying is involved, it can lead to lack of judgment or poor judgment. You know, looser boundaries, if you will. So it is something that you definitely need to be aware of, right? I mean, because somebody who's not faithful can be a deal breaker, no matter how beautiful this whole reading has been. You know, this is a red flag here that's popping up. So I feel like if this is somebody who works in an environment where they're out all the time, a lot of partying, you know, because for some of you, maybe this person works the door somewhere. Maybe this person is a bartender. They work in the service industry, or they, you know, whatever it might be. They might be in situations where they're out a lot in this sort of atmosphere. But it's not going to be for all of you, okay? But it is something to watch out for, okay? And it may be something that you've already dealt with. So again, that final message was like, there's reconciliation, there's something solid, there's something stable, there's something secure. This is going to be a very healing connection, but at the same time, use your best judgment, okay? All right, so we see keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So Sag, you may have other options available to you. I'm almost getting towards the end of this reading like a really specific message. Like, this person is oftentimes in these like party atmospheres, or maybe they're just a real social butterfly where they do get a lot of attention. Now, of course, I can see why they get a lot of attention, but I'm having a hard time reconciling this Samaritan energy and the hero archetype with unfaithful. And the reason I think I'm having a hard time reconciling that is because this could be something that is in their past, or it could be something that they've experienced. Because Spirit's been showing us all the way through that this is a good person, that this is somebody who only has eyes for you. This is somebody who's, you know, at your level. Somebody who, you know, I know if I say worships you, some of you, I don't want somebody who worships me, but, you know, somebody who really does respect and value you. So this doesn't really track with me, so it may be something that they've experienced, or maybe it's something in the past. Again, it does look like this person probably does get a lot of attention. All right, we see seduction, attraction, flirting and dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So this may be something that's happened between the two of you in the past if this is reconciliation. But I also feel like, again, this person is really attractive. I almost feel like they probably get a lot of attention. And there may be people that don't want to see you two together or want to get with this person. Of course, that could be your energy as well. So Spirit's just confirming here towards the end of the reading, it's like a real reality check to make healthy choices in love and in life. There's self-love, there's self-care. Okay, so just make the healthiest choices for you and yours. And I can see you're doing that with the Fool in reverse. You don't want to be played, and you don't want to rush into things. So you do really want to vet this person, whether they're new or they're a past person. Make sure they put their money where their mouth is. And, I was having this conversation a few days ago where, pay attention to how comfortable you feel. Because I was getting, you really do feel emotionally safe with this person. But, for example, jealousy is a natural human emotion. There's a healthy amount of jealousy, right? But if somebody's consistently making you feel jealous or like you can't trust them, that's a huge red flag that can't be ignored. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming from you and your insecurities, because the right person will naturally, inherently make you feel safe and make you feel comfortable, not make you question what they're doing, right? But you have to have that conversation with yourself. Is it me or is it the situation that's provoking this? So I feel like there's something to be said there about that energy that's showing up. So it's important that you're making the healthiest choices for you and yours. This person is going to be reaching out with that love call, okay? They are going to be reaching out. They will be pursuing you, Sag. All right, and final messages, advice, and guidance here. All right, so we see an addiction is affecting this relationship. Some of you, again, I was getting this like party energy, life of the party, loves to go out. So again, that can be drinking, that can be drugs, it can be gambling, but it doesn't have to be any of those things, right? An addiction is something that we need to get out from under. So it could be, there could be some sort of karmic third party that really does need to be released. Although it's interesting because it wasn't really showing up in their energy. All right, but the Hanged Man in reverse and the Three of Cups can be this person is moving on from third party energy. Don't dismiss any red flags. Okay, so again, as much as this reading is very upbeat and loving and powerful and healing, there are red flags that need to be addressed, or don't dismiss them. Okay, and old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. So I do see this potentially being a healing connection, or things that can be healed between the two of you. Some of you, this person may be in recovery, but I also feel like you, in that magician energy, you've done a lot of healing. So you're not about to go in and repeat any past mistakes. Yeah, and as I cut the deck, we get mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson, so you know whether or not this is a connection that you're going to allow into your life, even if they're almost perfect, right? But for a lot of you, I do think that there's something really powerful here between you and this person that's worth exploring, but not blindly. All right, so Sag, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.